Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Everything is Bad New Fangled Motion Picture Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Everything is Bad New Fangled Motion Picture Show. I'm your host, Niall.
And I'm Nolan.
And you might be asking yourself, wow, really? 2 reviews, like 2 days in a row? That's right, because we were a week behind releasing our review of Operation Fortune. So here's our review of 65, starring Adam Driver and like 3 other people.
4. Well,
one
is the voice of the spaceship.
Yeah, one is the voice of the AI in the spaceship.
Yeah.
It's a very small cast. And Adam Driver's the only one you know.
Yeah. Maybe Ariana Greenblatt? Like, the name sounds familiar.
So, we'll do a, is she in the Barbie movie?
I don't know if she's in the Barbie movie or not. That might just be upcoming stuff.
Oh, anyway. Yeah, I don't...
Boss Baby movies.
Oh.
Scoob.
Anyway, so...
She's one of those Disney Channel actresses, it looks like.
Oh, okay. So, we'll do a spoiler-free review of this movie, which there's nothing to spoil, but we'll do it anyway. And then we'll give you a spoiler warning and go more in-depth into it if there's anything even to talk about that's spoilery, I guess. So, this movie was aight. It's fine. The trailer tells you the entire story. Like I said, there's nothing to spoil. The story is what it is. Adam Driver is this pilot of this like passenger vessel that gets struck by an unplotted an
asteroid.
An asteroid that was like undocumented, and then they crash on a planet, and it's Earth. 65 million years ago. That's why it's called 65. Terrible name, by the way. Awful name for this movie.
It's like 65 what?
Yeah, so the movie's fine. Like he recovers the one survivor, who's this girl who was supposed to be 9.
Like there's dialogue in there that says she's 9. But the actress is like 16 or 17.
I missed that.
I don't know why she couldn't have been that age.
Yeah, there's no reason for her to be so young. I must have missed that because I didn't catch him saying she was 9. But so they gotta like the ship breaks apart, crashing.
Otherwise, she's a very capable 9.
Yeah. So the ship breaks apart while they're crashing, and they've got a journey to
15 kilometers.
15 kilometers, which is not that far. Like, you should be able to make that in a day, assuming you're not being hunted by dinosaurs. And they've got a journey to the part of the ship that has the remaining escape pod that they're gonna blast off and to leave the planet. I guess there's something that they don't tell you in the 2 things they don't tell you in the trailer that I'd say are key to the plot. So I guess I'll talk about that in the spoiler part. But yeah. So we'll just say that there is a time limit that they discover along the way, so to give you some urgency about this.
My issue really with the movie is 2 things involving the dinosaurs. One, the dinosaur designs don't look like most of them don't look like actual dinosaurs. They look like, let's make like a reptilian movie monster. Like some of them could have been straight out of a Marvel movie, and just like, this doesn't feel like a dinosaur. It just feels like some like reptilian monster.
Yeah.
Too alien to be dinosaurs. But also, it's the same issue that you run into with like the Jurassic World, is the dinosaurs don't behave like animals, they behave like monsters. You shoot a dinosaur in the face,
it should run away.
It's probably going to run away.
Yeah.
Not just continue to attack you or whatever. Chase you get away from it. Like, you run into a cave that's too small for it to fit. It's not going to just keep going after you.
Especially if you hit it with the 30-30 or whatever Chris Pratt's lever action uses in in Jurassic World. And this is like a plasma rifle or something, some kind of energy weapon. Yeah, I mean, especially when it blows apart some of the smaller dinosaurs. I'm like, you mag dump this thing into the face of a T-Rex. It should go, you know what? I'm going to go now.
See, the thing is, though, some of the dinosaurs did look like actual dinosaurs.
Yeah, like the little velociraptors.
And like some of you look like, that looks like an actual dinosaur. Then like some of them are just like, that doesn't even look like any dinosaur I've ever seen. It's just this weird mixture. Like, I would have, if I were making the movie, I would have made sure that all the dinosaurs were from that specific era and that specific region.
And there's a reason for the region. We'll get into that in the spoiler section.
Yeah. You might have guessed by now.
I mean, I guessed like 10
minutes. You were like joking though when you guessed it though.
Yeah. So the like the T-Rex had like big arms. It was like crawling around on all fours and part of that.
Yeah, and then its teeth were not like behind lips. They were like coming out like you know how like crocodile teeth like come like there's no like lip that's just like straight out, you know what I mean? It was like that.
Yeah, but so Nolan also wanted to be a paleontologist when he was a little kid, so he takes dinosaurs very seriously.
Dinosaurs is serious business.
Nolan is one of those people who is sad that adults don't just walk up to you and tell you their favorite dinosaur.
Right. It should be on everyone's dating profile, really. Like, you need to list your favorite dinosaur.
Yep. So, yeah, I don't know. It was a pretty whatever movie. It was fine. There's nothing really bad about it except for the way the dinosaurs act.
I mean, my complaint are kind of superficial.
Yeah. So, when I saw the trailers, I was like, damn, it feels like they really spoiled a big reveal in that movie. The way the trailer's cut, it makes it feel like it should have been a reveal in the movie that you find out it's actually Earth 65 million years ago, and Adam Driver's actually an alien that looks like a human.
But no, you have the opening scene, and then they just throw text on the screen to tell you that it's Earth 65 million years ago.
Yeah.
They just tell it to you on the screen.
So, I don't know.
Especially because they're hiding the dinosaurs for a while.
Yeah.
You just hear the noise, or you see like movement in the distance. You just see like a tail or something.
Like
it's
when they first reveal them too, it's like it's just a velociraptor.
It's almost like the director initially intended it to be a reveal.
Yeah. And
then that got changed.
So I personally think it would have been better to have all the dinosaurs be based off actual dinosaurs, and then based on the ending of the movie, you're sitting there going, I think that was Earth. I think that would have been a better way to handle that. Yeah. Like, once you reveal that, oh, no. Like, because especially, like, the text on the ship is all, like, random, like, alien made-up alphabet. And then Adam Driver mentions, like, some planet names, because he's, like, there's a scene before he goes on the journey where he's talking with his wife, and he's like, oh, it's not like a trip to, some planet name.
Mm.
So, you sort of figure out that, oh, no, he's an alien, and I think this might have been Earth. I think that would have been a better way to handle it.
Yeah, I would have definitely handled it that way.
But,
spoiler warning,
I guess?
Yeah.
So it's Earth a day before the asteroid hits and kills all the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So the dinosaurs should have been from the end of the Cretaceous period.
Yes.
Around the region of the Yucatan?
Yeah. So North America-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been I mean, the land masses wouldn't have been like the same as they are now,
but I wonder,
it still wouldn't have been Pangea though.
I wonder if that like alpine, like northern alpine forest or whatever that it was in, like would have been.
It still would have been a lot closer to the equator than that, because it was shot, like the forest stuff was largely shot in Oregon, but they also shot stuff in Louisiana.
Yeah, well, there's like a boggy marsh part.
Yeah.
At the beginning, like when he lands in the ship, like he gets out at night, and it looks like Dagobah.
Yeah. There's even like Spanish moss hanging off the trees.
Yeah.
So. You mentioned there's something else.
Something else that wasn't in the trailer is that his daughter, like he leaves his daughter. He takes this commission for this trip because he needs the money for his daughter's treatment. She's sick, and she dies while he's on this journey. Because
it's like a 2-year trip or something like that.
Yeah. So that really didn't add much to the movie itself.
No, but I guess the intent was that, to show that he's a father, so why he like instantly has sort of parental instincts with this girl,
right?
That's the survivor, who also doesn't speak his language,
like Joel towards Ellie.
Right. That was something else that I think the only reason I'm not even sure why they had it in there, just to add an extra layer of difficulty for him. But the girl doesn't speak his language. She's from some other
part of the alien planet.
Whatever alien empire that he's a part of. She's from some other ethnic group that doesn't speak his language.
Which once you're colonizing other planets, I feel like you need like a uniform language amongst your species, right?
That's why I was wondering if like his language is like the English of their space nation, and whatever, and then like she would have started learning English in high school or something. I kind of got the feeling
she was like a tribal nomadic people or something.
I don't know.
But anyway.
But she's a passenger on this ship full of colonists or researchers or...
there's like a dozen people on it.
They're not like super clear about it.
Yeah.
I think it was researchers. I think it said it was like a research...
Like maybe they're coming to research Earth.
No, because they didn't know what the planet was. It was.
That's right. So that's another thing too. Is like, so if they're close enough to Earth that they hit, because what they run into is like a chunk of the big asteroid that hit Earth. That's like undocumented, and then they crash land on Earth. If they're that close to Earth, they're in the solar system. They had to know,
right?
Like about the planets there. Like, why would you be in the solar system and not? Like, why would you be there and not be aware of the planets in that system?
I also refuse to believe that a civilization that advanced doesn't have, like, every celestial body documented. Like, NASA knows when there's, like, an asteroid that big, like, you know, coming within, like, a million miles of Neptune. You know, it's like...
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, like the ship should have been able to detect that asteroid so far out that they had plenty of time to maneuver around it, or just done it itself. It seems to be a pretty smart AI. Yeah, there's a lot about it where you're like, really? But I mean, it's a fairly low budget sci-fi movie. Like that kind of stuff happens. You have contrived reasons for the setup. Usually what happens is someone has an idea, and then they got to work backwards to figure out why they're in this situation.
Yeah.
It really feels like that's what happened here.
I agree.
I mean, I'm happy giving my money to a project Adam Driver's in, because I want Adam Driver to be gainfully employed as an actor.
I also want... I'm also okay with giving money to a movie like this because I want them to be able to continue to make lower budget movies. You know, you get kind of tired of like the big budget Hollywood blockbuster, and sometimes you want a smaller scale movie, and this fits that bill.
Yep.
And so I don't want us to get to the point where you can't make a movie like this anymore.
Right.
Because there's just no money in it.
Or they have to be made even lower budget and put straight onto streaming.
Right. We need something. We need that like middle range movie.
Yep.
You know.
Which. Yeah, recommend you go see it just if for no other reason than that. Like,
there were quite a few people in the theater, though. Yeah, well, especially for like a Sunday afternoon.
I bought tickets this morning because normally I buy tickets like during the week when I know there's a movie we're going to go see over on the weekend, but I wasn't sure how Saturday was going to play out. Didn't end up seeing it Saturday, so I bought tickets this morning, and I was like standing next to you when I bought them. I was like, wow, people are excited for this movie because like, there's a lot of tickets already sold because assigned seats at this theater.
I wonder how much of it was like people that were just like, I want to go to see a movie and this is just looks good enough, and how many people were like, oh, I like Adam Driver, or we'll go see that, or
yeah.
I'm just curious what people's reasoning for wanting to see it are.
Dude, there were so many people at the theater to see Demon Slayer.
Oh, that's the first time I'd seen like a completely packed theater in a while.
Yeah.
I think Top Gun was the last time I saw like a packed theater.
And the last time before Top Gun was probably the last Demon Slayer movie. So, but yeah, no, so go see the movies, because like we mentioned this in our Operation Fortune review, but like movies aren't making any sales on DVDs now, and there's no money to be made in streaming at the moment, so like they have to make all their money at the front end. If a theater doesn't think it's going to sell a boatload of tickets, they're not going to make it. So if we want if we want movies that aren't like just more Marvel shovelware movies, and we want movies that are like above straight to streaming quality, like Red Notice is one of those that's just like straight to streaming and it shows. Then go see movies in theater because that's where they're making their money these days.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we're done.
Not a whole lot to say about this movie. It's fine.
All right, so our upcoming releases, like we always do.
So the next movie coming out is Shazam.
Yeah,
that might be late, or it might not happen depending on how our schedules work out. But that'll probably be late. But then the next movie after that is John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
That we'll move. What do they call it? Move heaven and earth to see that one.
Yeah,
we'll get that one figured out.
Then D&D. There's a lot of just
a lot of movies coming out.
A lot of movies. Well, there's a lot of movies listed. I wonder how many of them are just like on streaming.
Super Mario's in April.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie coming out this year that you're most looking forward to movie?
Most looking forward to movie of this year.
Mine's Oppenheimer.
Let's see. Maybe John Wick 4. Let's scroll down and see what... There's always movies I forget about.
Is Dune 2 still slated for this year?
Actually, I think I'm more excited for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 than John Wick 4. By just a hair.
Yeah. Because I know.
Oh, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah,
that's in June.
I'm still more looking forward to Oppenheimer, but yeah, that one's good.
Not Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. That is not. So I've
seen nothing about it, but I guarantee it's.
I'm of the age that Beast Wars. I was the target audience for Beast Wars when it came out, but I was like, I don't want robots that transform into animals. I want them to transform into cars and airplanes.
Those are cool.
Give me back the original
and Lugers.
Yeah. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Not really excited.
But following the normal pattern of Indiana Jones movies, thus laid out, it should be good.
Oh, because the odd numbered ones.
The odd numbered ones are good.
And the same director is Logan. So
there'll be a lot of
I don't know.
Old man past his prime.
Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1. There's Oppenheimer. Coyote versus Acme is intriguing. Haunted Mansion. There's a new Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, it's animated. It's directed by Seth Rogen, I think.
Okay.
I've never been a big fan of Ninja Turtles anyway.
Gran Turismo, is that the logo looks like it's based off the video game? How do you do that?
I don't know.
Blue Beetle. Equalizer 3? Huh. Didn't know about that.
Still with
Denzel Washington. Yeah. Expendables 4?
Dad'll want to see Equalizer 3.
Expendables 4, Jason Statham, 50 Cent, Megan Fox, Dolph Lundgren.
So they just
did they remove Stallone?
Did they remove what's her name? Well, yeah, Stallone retired at the end of the last
one. Oh yeah,
remember?
That's right. Yeah,
but did they remove what's her name? The MMA fighter turned wrestler?
I don't know. Dick Reno, Monster Slayer.
Hell yeah.
I just like that title. Valhalla Awaits. Kraven the Hunter. It's actually coming out.
What's her name? It's bothering me now.
Ronda Rousey?
Ronda Rousey. Gosh, she was terrible in Expendables 3.
Kraven the Hunter, if done right, could be pretty good.
Yeah, it could.
So we're getting to the end. Oh, Dune Part 2.
It is slated for this year still?
So far, November 3rd.
That'll be your most looking forward to.
That'll be the most looked forward to movie, assuming it actually happens this year. It doesn't get pushed. The Marvels, one of my least looked forward to movies.
Dude, if they just
No, I'm more interested in the Marvels than the Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Yeah, me too. But I hope that they do some. Like, I don't mind the other two. Like, the other what's her name? The other Captain Marvel.
Rambo, Monica Rambeau.
Monica Rambeau and Miss Marvel. I don't mind those characters. Brie Larson's Miss Marvel. That Danvers.
Carol Danvers
is such an obnoxious character.
Yeah. So I'm surprised Wonka is slated, even if it's the end of the year, because I thought that just got announced. And then this untitled Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel, which like you'd think you'd have a title by now.
I mean, it could be they have a title, but they're waiting on like the copyright to process.
That could be it. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's all the way through the year there, just randomly reading off things that I'm interested in.
Yeah, go to the movies.
Yeah, we're actually getting stuff now.
Yeah, like we got past that gap, like when studios are able to go back to producing movies after COVID lockdown stuff. It took a while for like we were started getting stuff trickled out to us, but we seem to be past that now. The effects of that now, and we're getting back to like pre-COVID movie release schedules. So, yeah. So if any of that sounds of interest to you, come back and check out those reviews. Go check out our previous reviews. What was our last one, Nolan? This one's easy.
Operation Fortune.
Yeah, because we recorded them back to back, so you know. Anyway, so go check out our last review for Operation Fortune.
Oh, Sisu is in April.
Oh yeah,
I scrolled right past that.
Sisu looks nuts. Go watch the trailer
crazy.
for that.
There's a Red Band trailer for that is insane.
Yeah, so go check that out. But anyway, so if any of that sounds of interest, you come back check that out. And until next time, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Toodles.